Hi, my name is Addison LeClaire, and I'm here to introduce myself to you today. I was born and raised in Syracuse, New York, which for those of you who don't know is the snowiest city in the continental United States. We win it every single year. You can Google it. It's called the Golden Snowball. I now spend most of my time in Lynchburg, Virginia as a residential student here at Liberty University. This is the first time that I've ever lived in an area where they cancel classes for the threat of snow. Not snow, the threat of snow. And it's the greatest thing ever. Upon reading the prompt for this assignment, I was really unsure what life-changing event I wanted to talk to you about today. I've had many that I would say were life-changing for me, and it was hard to kind of narrow down which one was maybe perhaps the most life-changing. Upon lots of thought and consideration, I've decided to talk to you about a diagnosis that I received a year ago. 1 year ago, almost to date, like around Christmas time, I was diagnosed with anorexia, anxiety, and OCD. For those of you who may not be familiar with those terms, as I know they're kind of clinical and big words, it's basically an eating disorder and two fairly serious mental health conditions. For the longest time, I was really embarrassed about these and really ashamed because I felt as though I was the only one struggling with them. But I quickly realized that there is nothing to be ashamed of. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned through this experience is just how powerful counseling can be. For the longest time, I had this paradigm that counseling was for crazy people, schizophrenics or just people who were really, really broken. And I never wanted to think of myself as broken because I've kind of always been the one to help other people, and to think of myself as broken was really difficult. Now, that was a weird paradigm that I had, and I don't know what exactly made me feel that way, but now I understand that paradigm is the farthest from the truth. There is no shame in counseling, and I think, personally, anyone can benefit from counseling. The funniest and most ironic part of all of this is that I'm a counseling major. I'm a psychology major. This is what I want to do for a living, and for the longest time, I really struggled with that because how does a counseling major need counseling? Like, aren't we supposed to be the ones that have it all together? But I've realized through this experience that sometimes the best people are the people who have been hurt and been broken in this profession, and they are able to help those because they've been there themselves. I used to be really paranoid about what people would think in regards to this. It was very, very difficult for me to comprehend how others would treat me because I didn't want other people to treat me any differently because I didn't feel all that different. It was just something that I was dealing with. The biggest and most important lesson I've learned through this is the power of vulnerability. Being able to look at somebody else and say, me too, I've been there and I'm experiencing it, has been so vital in developing relationships with others who might need friendship and need community, because dealing with things related to mental health can be a very lonely road. And so I've learned just to be open and vulnerable with it so that maybe somebody else who doesn't know anybody else struggling with it can understand that they are not alone in this battle. If you can learn anything from me or this very small part of my story, I hope you understand that there's always hope and that no matter what happens, the Lord is faithful and He will never leave you. I've learned really just to find beauty in the brokenness and find joy in the darkness, because I think that's some of the most crucial life skills that you can learn, is to learn how to keep going and keep pressing on even when it's hard. Thank you.